Do you know a kid who loves the outdoors or one you'd like to introduce to all Arkansas has to offer? Today's Outdoor Report has two great opportunities, from shooting sports to a popular squirrel hunt competition. Wake Up Central's Skot Covert has more.
All right, it's Saturday, time for another edition of the Outdoor Report. Trey Reid from Arkansas Game and Fish Commission back with us. Trey, it's getting cold, it's hunting season, but we're looking ahead to something a little bit more spring-like, some youth shooting sports, huh?
It is, Scott. People aren't thinking about it this time of year because our regional and state championships take place basically from the last weekend of April through the first weekend of June. But there will be almost like a track meet or a swim meet, except they will be trap shoots throughout probably February and March leading up to that. But the reason we're talking about it today is that we just opened registration for the youth shooting sports program. Probably a little background is in order if you don't know what the youth shooting sports program is. Gosh, almost, I think 15 years now we've had one in Arkansas. It's administered by Arkansas Game and Fish. Largely through schools, but also through 4-H clubs, and homeschool kids can form like cooperatives and participate as well. But it's competitive trap shooting. It's for junior high and senior high age kids. And what's great about it is, like, you don't have to be 6'7" with a 30-inch vertical leap or a 4.3 40 to be able to excel at this. So it's really a good level playing field. Now, hand-eye coordination, much like stick and ball sports, is helpful and important, but it's something that kids can kind of compete, boys and girls, on a level playing field. And man, it has been an incredible success. We've had a lot of students go on to success outside of Arkansas. We all know about Kaylee Browning.
That's right,
from Greenbrier, silver medalist in the 2020 Tokyo Games.
That's right.
And she had shot trap for a number of years before we started the program, but she kind of got in on the very nascent stages of our program, and she's been a great ambassador for it as well. So it is a great, like I said, an Olympic sport. It's a lot of fun and just a great competitive avenue for kids throughout Arkansas.
So if school administrators or community organizers are thinking, hey, I want to get in on the action, where do they go?
So agfc.com, navigate to our shooting sports or recreational shooting page, and there's basically a registration process there. But agfc.com, and I really want to encourage. We've got thousands of students around the state, but we want more. We want more to get involved, and especially schools in Northwest Arkansas and in Little Rock proper and some of our more urban areas of the state. We have a great participation in some of the smaller schools throughout in rural parts of the state, but we'd love to see lots more involved.
And I suspect parents, grandparents, guardians that may have a child who could be interested can also find some information.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, and if you want to contact your school administrator or coaches or whatever and urge them to put together a team, we'll help you get started. Here's another great thing, Scott. There is some funding mechanisms like through grants that can help pay for some of the equipment.
Fantastic.
We have a great training program for the coaches, and then they implement that with the kids. So it's not like just sign up and feel your way through the dark. We help through the process.
That's fantastic. Okay, let's switch gears here. It doesn't matter if the weather's bad. It doesn't matter if the duck counts are low. There's always one consistent in Arkansas. There's always a squirrel to shoot and a squirrel to eat. Talk about squirrels.
It is small game hunting is unfortunately one of those things that gets overlooked a lot of times, especially squirrel and rabbits. Back when I was a kid, that was sort of how everybody started. You squirrel hunted, and then you worked your way up to the deer stand or the duck blind. But everybody kind of starts with the deer and the ducks these days. So in an effort to kind of get people to sort of, reconnect with small game hunting, if you will. We started a thing called the Big Squirrel Challenge at Arkansas Game and Fish, and it's taking place next weekend, next Friday and Saturday, the 12th and the 13th. You can learn all about it at agfc.com, but basically it's like a squirrel hunting competition.
Love it.
You go out, two-person teams. There's a youth and an adult category. There's categories for strictly fox squirrels or mixed bag with gray squirrels, because we determine the winner by weight. And so the big red fox squirrels are always heavier than the gray squirrels. So there's two categories there. But basically you go out and squirrel hunt on your own time, wherever you want, either Friday afternoon or Saturday morning, and then between 12 and 1 next Saturday, the 13th. We have a number of locations around the state. All of our nature centers, for example, are weigh-in sites. Got to be in line by 1 o'clock. We weigh your 3 biggest squirrels in grams.
I love it.
Great Humorex air rifles for prizes, as well as some medals for each of the division winners. So it's just a way to have some fun
I
around
remember
squirrel
this being
hunting.
pretty fun and pretty popular last year.
We were really overwhelmed by the amount of participation we got in the very first year last year, so expect big things this year.
Yeah, that's awesome. All right, what else is going on in a Game of Fish?
Oh man, a lot. We got another 25 days or so of duck season left. We're hoping for some rain. We got the cold, and we've seen some snow that a couple of systems that have moved through or will be moving through. So hopefully that'll help our duck numbers a little bit.
Believe, correct me if I'm wrong, you're flying some more aerial surveys this week, so maybe in the coming days we'll have some updates.
Hopefully we can have some better numbers for you, at least numbers, and hopefully they'll be better numbers.
Yeah, for sure. Okay, all right. Well, we'll see you back here next Saturday
Thank
for
you,
another
Scott.
edition of the Outdoor Report.